Bigfoot, aliens from outer space. There are stories out there that have haunted us for generations. Ordinary people put in terrifying situations. Sometimes the unexplained is stranger than the books we read. Do you have a story? An unsolved mystery? Lock yourself away with us for the next hour and let's talk about it. Nothing is too far. Nothing is off the table. You want to be heard? You want your story out there? Or do you just want someone to believe you? Well, then let's talk. I've got time and you've got a story. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Find the courage to call us or just listen in while we work through the stories of regular people just like you, reliving extraordinary situations. It's time to go off the record. All right, here it come now. Here it come. You wanted it, now you got it. There it is. Hold on to your britches for a second there. What a time, what a time, what a time. Let's make sure everything is functioning correctly. We have the pod track moving up and down. Let's make sure we have Streamlabs moving side to side, which it is a little low. Bring Streamlabs up for you guys that are watching. And then, of course, the butt. BUTT, broadcast using this tool. Bring that up a little bit there, too. All right, now let's everyone check and see if we're 5x5. Now let's wonder if everything's where it's supposed to be. Welcome to the Off the Record show, OTR. OTR stands for Off the Record. Now, it all makes perfect sense. It is a few minutes after 6 o'clock p.m. Los Angeles time, broadcasting from the Loop Studios, high in the remote deserts of northern Nevada. See how I did that? You did see the remote deserts of northern Nevada. That makes it sound better. I mean, I could have said broadcasting, off the record broadcasting from Area 51, Roswell, New Mexico. You could pick other places like that, but it does sound good. It's a little ominous when you pick the northern Nevada track. Now, before we get started here, Gen X Mom is not with us. No. She went to California and she took my credit cards, and I know that my credit card is smoking because I kept getting alert on my phone. That's not good. But one of my daughters is getting married, so I kind of got a feeling that for the next probably 4 or 5 months, these alerts are just going to keep going off. Oh, what are you going to do? So we do have someone in the studio who will be speaking very little because she didn't want to be in the studio. She didn't want to be on camera. I had to give her $500 just to be on microphone, and even then I only get 10 words. I'm only guaranteed 10 words the whole night. It's you guys know who Mary Mathis is on staff. She's the other Mary. She makes the bookend. So say hello to everyone, dear.
Hello, everyone.
Now, are you monitoring the cellar dwellers? Because we're broadcasting on kgxtradio.com. We also have a chat room going, a live chat room that we're actually monitoring in Discord. Yeah, Gen X Talks has a Discord server, discord.gg/Gen X Talks, and it's free to join. You just got to have an email and log in. And then, so the cellar dwellers, what we call those people, because they hang out in the cellar. They worship Gen X Mom, which is that's got its own problems. It comes with its own set of issues. But Mary M is monitoring them. Do you have anybody? Are there any usual suspects in there, or did no one show up today?
Nope, all our usual suspects are there.
I was kind of hoping that the tide was turning, and maybe there'd be a little respect here. Like, no. We refuse to show up in the Discord room. We refuse to be part of this tribe. But no, they're all there. All right, so here's what we got to do. Now listen, we do have a guest. I'm not sure if you want to call this a guest or a couple of guests. I really don't know how to classify it, and let me tell you why. Because it says on my notes for OTR, you have a guest tonight. And I got to tell you, I'm leery of the topic. Okay? I'm going to start by saying that I don't think this is a stretch of the imagination for me as a host, as your trained broadcast professional, to look at the title of tonight's show, to look at the topic for tonight's guest, and say, what the fuck are we doing? What? I don't think that's too far of I don't think that's a big jump. Okay? Let me tell you why. There's a couple things. One, it says it's a guest who's going to tell you a story about something and then pass the phone to his mom. I think it's to his mom. His mom's got another story. So, or his wife. Is passing the phone. He got past the phone to someone else. It's like, wait a second. So who's telling this story? Now, if it's a mom, I understand that because the mom can come in with some authority. Now, if he's handing it to his wife, we may have to go through half an hour of corrections before we get to her version of a story. She may have to go back and say, well, my husband said this, that was wrong. It wasn't there, it was here, it wasn't up, it was down. It wasn't left, it was right, and he got the timing all wrong. It's quite possible. It's quite possible this is going to end up being a marriage counseling show instead of an off-the-record paranormal activity show. Now, with all of those nice things being said, I do have to warn you. I'm going to tell you the topic, and half of you are going to hang up. The other half of you are going to hang on and go, wait, what? Are you kidding me? So I get into this, and they're like, okay, OTR. We got sheets, we got notes, we got OTR updated for July 15th. Let's see what it says. There's a Roach Bean. There's a phone number 757 area code. And the title of tonight's story from our very own Roach Bean is called The Ghost Cat. Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't hang up, which some of you probably just did. If you didn't hang up, some of you are hanging on going, are you kidding me? What kind of a story can a ghost cat be? Did we really sink so low that we can't even get a human ghost on the show? We're playing Pet Cemetery. Is that where we're going with this? Was Pet Cemetery? Is that what we got to do? Is like our producer, Shiloh Ferguson, who totally blames Jennick's mom. Because we had a staff meeting today, and I went to Shiloh Ferguson in the most loving, tender way I could. I said, hey, Shiloh, so you're our producer. She goes, yeah, I am. So you get the guests for OTR, don't you? Yes, I do get the guests. So do we have a guest tonight? Yeah, we do. And I said, what the fuck are we talking about a cat for? A ghost cat. We couldn't get something respectable. If you're going to go with an animal, can we do a ghost bear? Yeah. I want to talk about a ghost bear story or a ghost mountain lion story where there's big claw marks and attacks. No. We got a cat. Probably some blue Persian thing that's roaming around. She goes, now here's the best part is as I am berating our staff member in the staff meeting, I mean, I laid into her so hard she cried because that's what you're supposed to do when you're an uncaring asshole of a boss, which is me. And she, in between her tears and her sobbing, she says, it's not my fault. I said, whose fault is it? This is your job. She goes, Jennick's mom, your wife, the queen, she brought me this. Okay. All right. Where do you go with that one, guys? Who do you get mad at now? What do you do? Do you get mad at your wife and go, are you fucking kidding me? Because all my wife was is, well, it's Roach Bean. He's such a nice person. It's such a nice guy. You should just let him talk about his cat. No. I called somebody going, all right, welcome to Off the Record. Let's talk about your cat. Because, I mean, let's face it, there's probably not a ghost cat. Okay? Cats are pretty stealthy, aren't they? How many times have you thought your cat was there and he wasn't? How many times have you thought the cat's in the other room and you look and that cat startles you because they're there? Cats move around, man. There's no way there's going to be a story about a ghost cat. I can't imagine. I guess it's possible he could have buried it in the backyard and dug itself up. Little Stephen King action going on there. I might be interested in that story. So I have the women in my life pointing the finger at me and saying, you let him talk. He's a nice boy. You let him talk about his dead cat. Okay. I'm going to pass the phone to Roach Bean's wife. I'm going to listen to her now. She might be a little more rational, but it's like I said, we may have to listen to some corrections in Roach Bean's story. Husband told the story wrong. We might have to go through a little bit of that. I don't know. Hard to say. And then on top of all that, you guys are waiting for some direction from me. So there was one story. I have only told this story one time in my entire life. because it's super short. It's not even a 1-minute story. But it is a true story, and how do I know? Because I was there. Wasn't the only person who saw this. To this day, I don't get it. To this day, when my friends and I, because it happened with my friends and I, kind of a Sandlot moment, if you will, Sandlot moment. Once in a while, we do talk about this, like, did that really happen? Did we see what we saw? Because we were all young. I want to say we were all 10 or 11. So, all right, let me paint the scene. It's a short story, but it did happen. You guys can make of it what you want. I've never figured it out. I'm just going to say that we were all 11 years old, and we were hopped up on Pop Rocks and Coca-Cola, and we all had the same delusion, and then we all went to bed at 11. I'm going to say that. Start there. So, in the San Fernando Valley, in the middle of the San Fernando Valley, almost probably about as dead center as you can get, a lot of the houses were built in the 40s through the 70s. That kind of the bulk of middle-class Los Angeles, suburb of Los Angeles, was built in that era. Not many two-story houses. Very, very, very few. A lot of middle-class houses, kind of like you'd see on Wayne's World or the Brady Bunch. Yeah, like that. A lot like that. Middle towns like that all over America. Now, our house had an upstairs, but it was a very weird designed house. Had a flat rock roof. Very odd looking. And it only had one room upstairs. There was one bedroom, one bathroom upstairs. It looked like they kind of added onto it over a patio, and it really was just funny looking. But it was nice. I mean, it's nice on the inside. And that became my room. My parents had that as their master bedroom, but they moved downstairs when my brothers started to show up. Babies came, so they were downstairs with the babies, and they just shoved me upstairs. Fine, I liked being up there by myself anyway. The best part was that the windows out of that bedroom up the top of the stairs, nobody else up there but me, looked out over the rooftops of all the other houses. I can't tell you how cool that was as a kid. Growing up in the San Fernando Valley, summer nights, you open your windows. Now, the best window view I had was looking south. South, I could see all the way to Ventura Boulevard. I could see the Ventura Hills where you jump over to the Hollywood sign. The Hollywood sign was on the other side. And I could see Plains Landing, final approach, they went from west to east, so right across my window, out in the distance, really slow, final approach to Burbank Airport. It was perfect for me. Now, as I'm looking out that window, out in the distance, I could play my music, the breeze could come through, turn on all the lights in my room, and just looking out over the city lights, I could see everything. But if I look straight down into the backyard right next to mine was a swimming pool. We did not have a swimming pool. They had a swimming pool. I'm not going to get into the three sisters that used to go swimming there with all their friends. Whole different story. Great stories. In fact, the story I'm going to tell you is really shitty compared to those stories. But hey, this is Gen X Talks OTR, not Gen X Talks After Dark. Okay? Different program. So you have your buddies over and crash out, and you can get pizza, and you watch VHS tapes, or you watch movies, and you do your stuff, and you play Atari, and then everybody crashes out. So I've got some of my friends. We're upstairs in the room like you do. We're looking out over the city, playing music and on stereo and doing stuff. I think there was 4 of us. And it was one of our favorite things to do, just to look out over the city, just to look out over the valley, over the rooftops and the lights, and open the windows. Especially summertime was great. Well, this was a long, narrow window, by the way. It was kind of up high a little bit, and it was a long, narrow window. I have no idea why they put that in there. It wasn't a traditional window. Probably like 6 feet long and maybe 2 feet, 3 feet tall. It just was an odd window. I didn't know it at the time. I was a kid. But looking back, you're like, that was an awfully odd choice. One of my friends says, hey, come look at this. All right, so I do, get him, walk over there. And in the neighbor's pool, and this is like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, is what I thought was a ball in their pool. Bigger than a basketball, but not like a beach ball. But it's sitting there floating in the pool, about half submerged in the pool. Now, if it was a basketball or it was a volleyball or something, it'd be floating. It'd just be a little bit under the water. Most of it would be on top. So I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it's a ball. And he goes, yeah, but it's not moving. And there was a breeze. Normally, if there's something in the neighbor's pool or in any pool, the filter comes on and it cycles and it moves the water around, or the breeze comes along, especially a ball, and it just kind of drifts to one side. And they're almost never in the center. Anytime the ball's been sitting there all day, it's always up against the side of the pool, which is where it ends up. Anybody who's familiar with that type of a backyard pool, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This just kind of happens all the time. So we're arguing about it, or we're talking about it. And the thing is, it's shiny. It's a little bit shiny. It's not totally dull. It's not dark. It kind of looked like it was made out of metal, but obviously we're thinking it's a ball. It's a sphere. It's a ball. It's in the pool. It's a ball. Well, my other buddies come over. They're looking out the window too. Now none of us can figure out what this is. Well, I popped the screen off my one window, and we started throwing things down there, like at the ball, trying to hit it. We shouldn't have been. You're not supposed to throw stuff in your neighbor's pool, but we had a marker, a felt tip marker, something, throw it at it. And we missed. Hit the water ripples, but the thing doesn't move. We probably threw 4 or 5 small things. Never hit it. Not a big deal. I mean, we sucked. All right? We're 11. What do you want? Well, not like I'm Nolan Ryan. Put the screen back on. We just kind of forgot about it, didn't care. Every now and then we go back over and look, it's still in the same spot. And there is definitely a summer breeze going on. Well, I had one friend in particular. His name was Steve. And Steve just was fascinated by this thing. He wanted to go down there. He wanted to go outside and jump the wall, which is a little block wall, and go in and see what this thing was. Now, that's not something you do at my house. No, not with my mom. My mom, not only would she catch you, she would drive your ass home at 1 a.m, bang on your front door, and make your parents take you back and say, your child wasn't behaving, wasn't following our rules. Yeah, she would do that. So Steve's way over interested in this thing. Well, now it's got to be midnight or later, and he's still, we're all getting kind of tired and playing video games and doing whatever we're doing. We're getting done with this, and it's like, hey man, it's time to crash out. We're done. He won't leave the window, so we all climb back up and look and go, what is the big deal? And Steve's just going, I don't think it's a ball, and it really looks like it's made of metal. I said, well, yeah, kind of. It's not shiny. And now we're all kind of staring at it like, all right, he's right. This is weird. There's something wrong here. It just so happened that during that 5 or 6 minutes, we were all getting ready to go to bed and grab our sleeping bags. We weren't, we're done. It's like, okay, let's go talk to Steve and the ball and whatever. And we just sat there talking about it, arguing about it for a few minutes. And the thing shoots out of the water almost straight in the air. And I mean fast, not straight up, a little bit of an angle. Whew, it's gone. We just like, holy shit, well, it left. It took off at a 45-degree angle or so, right out of the water. No noise, no nothing, just boom, and it was gone. And guess what? Steve goes, we're like, holy, I'm looking up going, where the fuck did that thing go? No noise, no siren, no boom, nothing, just gone without a sound. So I'm looking up like everybody else is like, where the fuck did that thing go? And Steve goes, hey, guys. I said, what? He goes, there's no ripples in the water. Now, it's nighttime. There's lights all over the city. The moon is out. He was right. There was not a ripple in that water. Nothing. No splash, no drip, no ripple going out, because that would have lasted for if anybody. Again, I'm referring to people that understand the physics of being around a pool. Growing up in Southern California is just something you know. You know how long you throw a rock in the pool. You know how long it takes for the ripples to go away. You get it. Nothing. That in itself, I know it scared the shit out of me because I knew it wasn't normal. I knew something was wrong. I was like, okay, we're not where we're supposed to be right now. This is not a good thing. Now, can I speak to everybody else? No, I can't speak for them. They were all real quiet. So, I mean, nobody said, I'm calling my mom, I'm going home. Nobody did that. But we did pull the blinds. We did cover up that window. Never talked about it. I won't say never, but did not speak about it the rest of the night. Did not speak about it the next morning. I'll bet it was weeks before we brought it up again. And we never talked about it as a group. When we were always together, we did a lot of stuff together all the way, excuse me, through junior high and high school. We hung out a lot. Never as a group have we ever brought it up. Now, have I talked about it with one other of the guys? Yeah. Later on, like, you remember that? Yeah, I kind of do. I want to talk about it. And then you find out that that two of them talked about it. Never as a group, never brought it up again. Don't know why. Just didn't feel like the right thing to do. Not sure what it was all about. To this day, I'm a grown-ass man. I understand a little bit about physics. Heard a lot of stories growing up. Heard a lot of stories from you folks. Nothing that would explain that. Now, lest we're all hallucinating, lest we all had the same bad batch of peanut butter crunch that evening and it all went to our head, don't know. All right, Gen X Mom stand-in. What do you got going over there?
We have a very special birthday today.
That's where you're going with this?
I have sheets too.
Is there comments on this before you change the mood of everybody being involved? Is there something?
Everybody's going to be involved.
Is
in
there
the birthday.
something to related to the story?
No, it's just gifts.
Okay, go ahead. Fine, you guys don't want to play with me. You guys don't want to understand me. You guys don't want to talk about my stuff here. Okay, go ahead. What you got? Let's just, you know what? Let's pull a Sun Valley Fox and just happy birthday. Let's talk about that.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, way to screw up this show, too. Let's screw up all our shows with happy birthday. Way to go.
Cheers.
Sun Valley Fox. Okay, who are we happy birthdaying today?
Shoeless, Ace Jumpman.
That his name was Pancakes or something. Isn't that one of his names?
Pancakes. No.
Isn't one of his name Pancakes somewhere?
I don't think so.
Like
he came to Vegas one year.
Top 8 Pancakes. I know he did, but wasn't his name also Pancakes at some point? I don't know. All right, maybe not. What else you got?
Star Roberts gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Thank you, Star Roberts.
Star Roberts doing a good job letting people look behind the curtain. Well done there.
Sean MacArthur. Shiloh, as always, thank you. I appreciate what you do to get these stories. 50 stars sent.
Don't. She didn't do anything. All Shiloh did was pass along a cat story from one crazy lady to another crazy lady, and now I have to deal with it. She gets 50 stars for doing. Okay, that makes sense to me.
From Sean MacArthur.
Yeah.
General, here's for your daughter's special day from the peaceful Rasta. Respect. 50 stars.
There. Now that's 50 stars well spent to the right guy. Yeah. Thank you, Sean.
Dale Wine sent 20 stars.
Again, that's to me.
Steve Kelly says, had a ghost cat push open the screen door, then rub on my legs. Very cold.
Okay, what are we going to start attracting cat stories now?
Apparently.
Is that what's going to happen here? Am I going to be known as the cat guy? Because that's not where I'll hang up right now. If we're going to start doing cat stories, we got problems.
Sean F., I had a very similar experience as you did, General. We will have to discuss next week.
See, I'm telling you that's a real thing. I can't. Okay, let's be fair. That can't be the only pool that stupid ball landed in.
We do have one question for you.
Oh, thank Buddha. What do we got?
Brittany Armstrong on YouTube asks,
Yeah.
is the General superstitious?
That is a very interesting question. Am I superstitious? You know what? I don't know how to answer that.
It's yes or no.
Yeah. No, I know. I know what. Smart ass. I know it's supposed to be yes or no. What I'm saying is that what is superstition? I mean, people say, well, do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in the abominable snowman? That's a superstition. So,
would you walk under a ladder?
Oh, yeah. I don't give a shit. I don't break a mirror. 7 years
you
bad.
break a mirror?
Oh, yeah.
You
Break a
don't care?
mirror. No. Those things, I don't care about black cat. Oh, here we go again. Black cat. I don't care if a black cat walks in front of me as I walk under a ladder and drop a mirror. I don't care. I'm not going to carry
So, then
a wooden stake around in case I meet a vampire. No.
Then what do you care about?
Care about baseball.
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 There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. I would say, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where the line of superstition ends. You know, what is a superstition and what is, oh shit, that's not superstition, that's real. Do I believe that people have auras? That some, like that witch doctor lady that was at Ben Matlock's house, never lost a case.
Never lost a case.
That witch lady who was at Ben Matlock's house that time, could she see auras? No, I don't believe she could. I think she was lying. I think he's making shit up. She could not see auras. I don't think people walk up and go, oh my God, your aura is orange. That means you're going to die in 2 years and you have a tinge of purple. Can you fly by chance? You know, do you have wings? No.
I bet you Loud One's mom could have.
Well, okay, now.
She had a gift.
Okay, but if Loud One's mom had a gift, and some would call it witchcraft or Wiccan or just a supernatural power, if that was true, I don't label that as superstition. I'm like, okay, then you would say, do you believe in that trait? Do you believe in that power or that ability? Superstition, I don't know how to answer that because I'm not exactly sure what exactly is a superstition anymore.
Should I Google the...
Why don't you Google the definition of superstition? Let's look and see exactly what that means so that I can answer Brittany Armstrong's question correctly. I don't want to leave her hanging here, you know, like just leaving her hanging like a pair of 70-year-old boobs. Don't want to do that. So that's what I'm saying, is that there's things that I believe in. Do I believe there's extraterrestrial life of some sort? Yeah, there's something out there. Is that a superstition? I mean, when does it become something else? Go ahead.
Okay. Superstition is an irrational belief or practice not based on reason, logic, or scientific knowledge. It often centers on the idea that supernatural forces, magic, or chance dictate future events, particularly regarding notions of good and bad luck.
Okay, read that, just the beginning paragraph again. Read just that part.
Superstition is an irrational belief
Yeah.
or practice not based on reason, logic, or scientific knowledge.
Okay, then I believe in superstitions. Because you've just described every woman I've ever met.
My God.
You have just an irrational thought based on illogic, no scientific evidence. Yeah, you just described every chick I've ever run into in my life. So, if that's the definition of superstition, well, yeah, I'm a believer because there's a lot of that going on out here. Half the population of this planet is that way, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. All right, Brittany Armstrong, let me go back and answer that question correctly. Now that I know the definition of superstition, do I believe in it? Absolutely. 100% I believe in it. You can't get me wrong on that. All right. Now, listen, we got to get to tonight's call, which means we got to get out the shop phone. Bum, 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 bum. Put in a little code. I didn't even, the problem here.
There's a problem?
There's a problem. I didn't sync this with the pod track because we were so late today getting our stuff going. Let's hope that it is synced from the last time we used it. Let's see. Here we go to the Bluetooth.
Are you superstitious?
Really? Really? You just gonna go there?
I did.
Oh my God. All right. Got to woo-saw myself back into center focus here. It looks like it is still connected, so let's hope for the best. Now we're going to give Roach Bean a call. We're going to talk to Roach Bean about his ghost cat. You know, the only thing that would make this story worse is if Roach Bean can't tell a story.
Actually, Roach Bean is very well spoken.
If he tells a story like, I had this cat and it died
This one
time, and then it came back like 9 times because cat have 9 lives.
9 lives, dude.
If that's it, then that's even worse of a cat story.
No, he's very well spoken.
If you're going to get it told by a stoner, Spicoli, you know, that's bad. The what
Well,
could
we might enjoy it though. The
I don't know.
stoners will.
Yeah, but I'm just, you know, but if we're going to hear a ghost cat story, I really hope it's well told. I do. I want to be entertained. I want to have a little notion that, you know, that there's been a little lullaby going on here.
Kristen Hartman has a comment. She says, cat stories can be creepy though. Just ask Edgar Allan Poe.
That is true. See, now we were all different until she brought in Poe. Now that's a whole nother level. You know what? We're too sophisticated for that. This is not an Edgar Allan Poe type of show. She shouldn't have brought that up. Kristen Hartman, I'm not sure what podcast you listen to during the day, but at night, I need to remind you how far you lower your standards to hang out with us. Okay? I think we set the bar pretty low. All right, here we go. 1, and dun, dun, dun. And let's type in wrong one. Get that one there, and then Now, assuming someone wrote the number down right, because about 1 out of 10 phone calls, I dial the number. It ends up I'm not calling the person I'm supposed to. I'll double check my end here. Right now. Okay. Attempting to call Roach Bean. Let's see if this works.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time.
Okay, did you hear that? Did you hear that? The person you are calling cannot accept. Got that number. Okay, I'll try it again. Let's hear this one more time. Trying to call Roach Bean. Here we go.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience this may cause.
Wow. Yeah, you need to plug in up here. Right there. Let me have that. Yeah, you're plugged into the wrong thing. Story of your life. You're always plugging things in the wrong hole. No wonder you're unhappy. You're really losing over there with that one. Yeah, I dialed the number. I double checked it twice. It's in there. It's in my notes. I got I'm looking right at it. I double checked the number. I have dialed it twice. It says cannot accept calls at this time.
Roach Bean, call the shop phone.
Yeah.
805-460-5603.
Wow. But now, what if 10 people call? Because, like, you just told everyone the number.
Well,
I might have his name saved in here, though. You know, he might call and I may come up saved. Because that number. So Shiloh Ferguson had one job, to pass along a cat story from one lady to herself to me. All she had to do was write down the phone number and say, cat story, and she got the number wrong. Wow. Is she going to blame that on Gen X Mom, too? Is that where we're going with that?
well, why not? She's not here.
She's not here. Well,
We always blame who's not here.
Yeah, that's a Gen X rule. Gen X talks as rule. Whoever's not here is at fault. So, yeah, Gen X Mom's not here. That bitch. God damn. Why am I married to her? Why am I married to her? She screws everything up.
You guys, this man has been moping around since the moment she walked out the door.
That is so not true. I have been
so true.
celebrating life since she left.
Mope.
Calling all my
Biggest
girlfriends.
old mope.
Calling every one of my girlfriends going, hey, you want to come over?
You do not have a little black book anymore.
Yeah, it's in my head. Duh. I remember it. I remember everyone's number.
976, babe.
That's right. And I got a credit card, so shut up. Oh, I'll tell you. So Anyway, there was my story, my sad tale of woe with the sphere.
Dude,
What are you laughing at?
dude wants it to be an Italian sundial story.
Oh, for God, no, 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 no. I don't need some guy going, right? So, like, I walked over to the table, right?
Right.
And then I was like, I unlocked the door, right?
Right.
And then I walked up the stairs, right? I was like, dude, I don't know. Quit asking me if you're right. I wasn't there. I can't even believe he remembers that story. Yeah, there was an Italian sundial store where that motherfucker, he kept saying every sentence he'd go, oh, and then my dad, he just got off work, right? I finally said, dude, I don't know. Why are you asking? If you ask me one more time, if you end a sentence with right, like you're Canadian with a question mark, I'm going to challenge it every time. So every time he said it from that on, I just go, I don't know.
See? Roach Bean says he's stoned, so it's perfect.
But okay.
But I don't know why he's not calling the shop
He's got to
phone.
answer the phone. He's got to at least answer when I call. I don't care how stoned you are. Just answer the phone. That's part of the story here. You gotta get to the guy. You say one ringy dingy, then answer the phone. Then you can tell your slurred stoner Spicoli story from the Pacific Palisades. I don't care. And your cat, whatever cat this is. All right. We have an incoming call. Let's assume it's him.
Okay, let's assume. You know what that means?
Yeah, what makes
We're
it?
asses.
Yeah, if you spell out assume, it makes an ASS out of you and me. All right, let's see here. Let's see if this goes through. Hello, welcome to Gen X Talks. This is Off the Record with the General. Who's speaking, please?
This is the Roach Bean.
Okay,
Sweet.
why do I have a 757 area code for you?
Because that's the very first interview I did. That was the phone because I had been hit with some Verizon outage, so this phone didn't work.
Oh.
So I had a different phone number at that time.
So you pulled the old switcheroo back then, and you didn't tell Shiloh that you undid it. I'm still blaming her. This is still her fault, 100%.
She should have asked.
She should have. She should never assume important information like this. That's the way I see it. All right, Roach Bean, you have my undivided attention, sir. The floor is yours. We are all sitting around in our favorite comfortable chair with an adult beverage, all with bated breath, to learn about the ghost cat. It's all you, baby.
All right. So the ghost cat occurred in my very first apartment. It was a basement apartment. You got to think this was a linoleum floor. When I first moved in, it was very, very gross, but it was a very open apartment. It was the entire length of the house, but there were no walls, except I think there was a utility closet down there, and that was about the only wall, that in the bathroom.
All right.
And I remember there were poles, that hold the house up.
Right.
But they were covered around in wood. While I was down there cleaning up, I could tell that there had been an animal down there, but I didn't know what kind. Like I said, it was very disgusting from the person that lived there before me. There was still cat shit all over the floor and cat fur all over the place,
Right.
but no pictures of it. So I never got to, really see what the cat looked like. All I could see was all this fur all over the place.
Okay, I'm with you.
So I start sweeping up all this fur, and I collect basically a whole cat. I'm getting all the poop off the floor, and I get it looking nice after a couple of days.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there near one of those poles. And from behind this pole, out of nowhere, I see a cat come out from behind it.
Now
I'm watching it.
you didn't own a cat, am I correct?
No, I've never owned a cat. Not a cat like that.
All right.
I didn't have a cat at the time. There were no cats even on the property.
Okay, I'm with you.
So it comes out from behind this pole, and you know how cats kind of do a figure eight between your legs and they rub up on you.
Sure.
I felt it rub on me, and I'm watching it rub on me, and then it goes back behind the pole, and it disappeared. Never to be seen again. Well,
Now,
I saw it a couple of times
hold
after
on.
that.
This
but
just looked like a regular cat to you, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
You didn't think this was a ghost. You didn't think this was just a regular cat, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure that you didn't say it was like kind of see-through or floated. It just looked like
no,
a
this,
regular.
it looked like, yes, sir.
Okay.
Looked like a cat that just came out from behind the pole.
I'm with you.
And I felt it rub on me, and I was like, okay, that was trippy. So I decided I would go upstairs to, confront the owner. I'm like, hey. So I go up to him. His name is David. And I was like, hey. I said, I got a question for you. He said, what's up? I said, was there ever a cat that lived in the basement? And he got very, very white. And he said, yeah. I was like, was it kind of grayish brown? I said, with the white star on its chest? And he just kind of swallowed real hard. And he was like, I'm guessing you found a picture. I said, no. I said, it's still down there. And at first I thought maybe, I was tripping.
You didn't want to start with, hey, David, come get your fucking cat. It's
yeah. I didn't really want to say that.
All right, I'm with you.
So, a couple of days later, I'm sitting there. This is the middle of winter, so it's cold, and I'm in a basement apartment.
Yeah.
So I'm underneath the covers. I've got a heated blanket on. I'm living the dream.
Sure.
And I feel something kind of pull towards where my feet are. And then it feels like something jumps up there.
Right.
That was the cat. And again, I wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. My ex ended up coming over and staying the night. And she texted me the next morning. I told her, I said, don't worry about the ghost cat. I said, it'll jump up and sleep at your feet. She didn't believe me. And sure enough, it happened to her too. You could feel cats do this thing.
You can feel a cat walk. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, where they put their paws up and, they take a look around, and then they jump up.
Yeah.
You could feel all of that happen.
And cats
was just insane.
And cats walk across a bed of blankets very uniquely. Like, when a cat is taking careful steps across a bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could see like the little imprint where it would be and everything. The whole place was haunted, even beyond the cat. There was 3 people that used to hang out in the basement, and all of them were older, and they all passed away. And at night, with the lights off, you could hear them over there still talking to each other.
Okay, hold on. Back up a second. You haven't told us that the cat is really dead at this point.
Yeah, cat's been dead for
How do you know? Because you just
said
David didn't say that. Did David say that to you? Because you just asked him, hey, about your cat. And he goes, oh, yeah, the cat. But he didn't tell you that the cat died tragically by getting run over by a cement truck 4 years ago. How do you know the cat was really dead and not just really alive still? You've seen it.
Oh, 100%.
Then how do you know it was dead?
No. Oh, no, it had to have been.
Okay.
Because I've never seen it. There's no way it could have went behind the pole and just disappeared.
No, come on, man. Cats are sneaky. Cats are mischievous. Cats are slippery and crafty. David didn't tell you the cat died. He just got upset because maybe the cat ran away because David's a pervert and the cat didn't want to be around him no more. So the cat was avoiding David and was still hanging out where it was familiar because David was never down there. You came and cleaned everything up, and the cat came up to you and it kind of rubbed up on your leg, and you didn't shoo it away and you didn't act all weird like David, so it started hanging out with you at night. This is a perfectly plausible story about a living cat. Unless you tell me that someone buried the cat because it got run over by a lawnmower, I'm thinking the cat was just still alive.
No, I believe it was cremated.
But yeah, okay, where's David? Can we call David?
No, we can't. David lives in Colorado now, and I don't have his new phone number.
And they don't have phones in Colorado? David lives in Colorado. You can't reach him. There's no phones in Colorado.
Yeah, there's no possible way.
We'll see until, look it, man. Roach Bean, I love you. I do. But come on, man. If there's no confirmation that the cat died, there was no ceremony, there was no story on how it got, mixed up on a blender or something, then...
Well, I'm guessing that it got... The only thing I can guess of is with the amount of shit that was down there is it had to have died a very tragic, painful death, and that's why its spirit remained back.
That's a lot of assumptions. I think the cat was just trying to stay away from David and live down there on the weekends. Trying to get away. It was foraging out in the grassy suburbs of the area for food, and then just came down there to make sure David didn't get a hold of it, because David's a weirdo. That's what I'm guessing.
And used the basement as a kitty box.
Yeah, that's all. There's no big mystery here, Roach Bean. Your mind's getting away from you, buddy. You smoking too much Ghana, a little too much Pineapple Express going on here, buddy. And that's what
this was not that night.
Every other night, but that night I was
Mhm.
straight. I'm telling you, I was straight that night.
Yeah.
Everything was good. All right.
No, it was a very weird experience. I'd never, I've seen ghosts of people and things such as that because we've had that discussion as well, but never really seen a
Right.
pet. I have seen my wife's dog at my mother-in-law's house. I've seen him in a specific place, and that's where they used to always see him too.
And has he
So,
passed?
yeah, how long has AC Boy been dead? Since 2022.
Now, why, Roachbean, why did my note say Roachbean's wife, he will pass the phone to her when he's done? What is she going to do? Is she going to contradict your story and tell me you're full
No,
of
she's
shit?
got a total different one. She's got one about our apartment.
All right. I'm listening.
All right. I will pass the phone over.
Here we go.
All right. It's all you, babe.
All right. Y'all better tell Glib Glob I said F off because it's my turn now.
Well, Gliblob is hanging back because Gliblob's in the corner shaking his head going, nope, not buying it. Totally alive cat. Bullshit story. Glibglob gave everybody today a thumbs down. So,
Honestly. And
But we've all paid for him to be on the stripper pole, so
it
it's
doesn't
okay.
matter. It doesn't matter. Glibglob gave a thumbs down because of this mess. So,
Yep.
we're done. It's it. We're done talking. Did
we
you
have
hear?
Glib Glob's disapproval.
Right there. There it is. There's Glibglob's disapproval. This is not a good story. Cat was alive.
Dun, dun,
Okay.
dun.
So, Mrs. Roachbean, that's you.
Yes, that's me.
I would love to hear your story.
Well, let me preface this by saying that I too am quite skeptical of at least half of the stories that my wonderful spouse comes up with. I wasn't there for that one, the cat one, or any of really the other ones that he's been on the show with.
Plus, he was
however,
with he mentioned that jerk of an ex-girlfriend that none of us like.
yeah,
so,
right. And I'm not calling to verify that one.
See?
I could care less. At the end of the day, that
Yeah.
cat, whatever.
All right.
Sure, babe.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I like I said in the comments on the seller there, I feel like Steve Carell. I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious.
Stitch got a little bit.
Right. I am one of those people that definitely believes that there are there's some kind of energy, spirits, whatever, but, skeptical of a lot of the crazy stories that I've seen. And I have some family members that are kind of, I guess you could say, prone to those experiences. Like they have a lot of stories, and
Sure.
some of them I kind of believe. And another thing too, is I'm pregnant, and I have also heard that kids and pregnant people are more susceptible to that kind of energy. Like,
Yeah, I've
they
heard
say
that
that
too.
kids
Yeah.
are like mediums and stuff. And sometimes I think I believe that because I have some stories about my son.
I'm
But
telling you, pregnant
that's-
ladies are like, they have extra sensory perception. They pick up on stuff that everybody else doesn't. I don't know what it is. It's true. Yeah.
I didn't believe it, honestly, until a couple of weeks ago.
All right.
And now I will say Roachbean can verify this because I made him come into the room and experience it with me, and it happened. So, you hear all the stories about people in old houses, and yeah, okay, there's probably some truth to that. I'm sure anything is possible.
Sure.
But our apartment building, we have a first floor, like half story up, old ass apartment building. I think it was built in like 1936. And we live in Portsmouth, Virginia, which is like a very big port city, very military heavy, and we have a lot of shipyards here. So a lot of the houses that were built during that time were built for shipyard, housing and military
Sure.
and stuff like that. So God only knows, there's probably been a million people that have lived here. Now, I've never really experienced anything weird that I couldn't explain here up until it was about 2 weeks ago, I think. I said 2.5 weeks ago or so.
Right.
And my son, my youngest son, had just went off for the weekend to be with family, and it was just me and Roachbean here. And I went in my son's room, which his room is directly across from the door to our bedroom, right next to our bathroom. All the bedrooms are like on one side of the apartment.
Okay.
And I went in there to go turn off the light, turn off the TV that was left on because he had just left. I was tidying up his room, and he has a sound machine in his room that he's had since he was a baby. And he uses it every night. It's got a little ocean sound that plays, helps him fall asleep.
Sure.
And That thing, I've never really had any issues with it. Sometimes it doesn't want to cut on right away, and I'm sure it's probably old. It was inherited from my mom that got it from a friend of hers, baby hand-me-downs
Oh yeah.
type thing. But it plugs into the wall, and it has a cord that you remove, that you can remove from the base of the sound machine itself, like a DC input.
Right.
So the power source is coming from the wall. Well, I turned that off. I hit the button and turned off the TV. And I started to walk away from the dresser, on the back half of the bed, like the other side of the room.
Right.
I had to walk at least 5 steps to get to the door. I made about 3 steps, and it cut back on. And I turned around, and I looked, and I was like, okay, that's weird. So I cut it off again, hit the button. I take 3 steps again to go leave the room. It comes back on. And I'm like, oh, hell no. At this point, I'm like, okay, I'm unplugging it. I unplugged the thing. I unplugged it from the wall, turned it off, unplugged it, walked 3 steps, cut back on. I'm like, oh, no, come here, babe. Come here, look at this.
Now, wait
and
a
I was
second.
expecting it.
Was it still unplugged? You had to go back and look.
It was unplugged. Like, I unplugged the little DC cord from the base.
Yeah.
So, like, the plug itself was in the wall behind the dresser.
Right.
But I unplugged the sound machine from the power source.
You sure you didn't unplug the wrong thing?
I did not. There was nothing else plugged in there.
What does it also? Wait a minute. Did it also run on batteries? Maybe the batteries kicked on.
It has an option for batteries. I think you can put like a D battery in it because it's a big sound machine. But there is nothing in there. Because I had the same thought. And I picked it up and I turned it upside down. I shook it to make sure because it felt like it was light, like there wasn't a big ass battery in it. Sat it back down. I'm like, okay. I'm like, babe, come here. And he was in the bathroom. Walks around the corner. He's like, what? I'm like, I just watch. Just sit. Let's just see if it does it again, right? So I go and I plug it back in. I turn it on. I turn it off. I unplug it. And I'm like, oh, I bet it's not going to do it now. Watch. And as soon as he and I both took 1 step each toward that door, it comes back on. He and I look at each other and go, oh, no. No. And we just pushed it back onto the back of the dresser, walked out of the room after turning off the light, and closed the door.
And did it stay on? Like you locked it in the room and it stayed going?
I can't remember if we left it on. I think we turned it off. We turned it back off. Yeah. Because I was just like, okay. Because I remember hitting the button when I pushed it. Yeah, I hit the button's on the top of it. So like I pressed it as I pushed it back, and it stayed off at that point.
And what exactly was this machine? Like what year, make, model? Like what? So I can get a picture in my head of what it was.
I don't remember. I have no idea what year it was, to be honest. But it's got to be like, what do you think? Like from 7, 8 years ago, maybe 10. It's a VTech brand. I can tell you that. And it's got a little projector in it that you can put the little discs in, and it spins. Yeah. And it projects like little stars or lambs or whatever. Right. And that little projector doesn't even work half the time. I never turn it on. But it has a nightlight option, so I leave that on. So yeah, that was freaky. But that's not even the freakiest part.
It gets worse than that?
It does. It really does.
All right.
Hours later, we are getting ready to go to bed because this was probably around 6:30ish, I think. Yeah. We get ready to go to bed, and like I said, our door is right across from his door. And like I said, we cut off the light from the light switch, the overhead light, and closed the door and walked away. Well, we had probably left the room 3 or 4 times to go to the kitchen, to go to the bathroom, whatever. And mind you, the bathroom is right beside his door and my door, or our door, several times throughout the night. But we were getting ready to go to bed, probably around 10:30ish. And I happened to go to the bathroom, and I come out of the bathroom, and I was like, wait a second, is a light on? Are you seeing this? His bedroom light was on, and the door was cracked. And like I said, we had walked past that door, past that bedroom, at least probably 3 or 4 times each from the hours of 6:30 until 10:30 that evening. Like we had done laundry, we had made dinner.
You would have noticed. You would have noticed that
exactly.
for sure. I mean, that's not
my point.
As from a parent, that point of view from an adult. You notice that stuff,
right?
Wow.
And if my oldest son had been there, it maybe would have made sense because maybe he would have gone in there to get one of his toys that he left or something. But he wasn't even home. So none of us had gone in that room, and I asked Roach Bean. I was like, "Did you go in Clay's room?" And he was like, "No, why?" I was like, "Look, the light is on and the door is open. Like it was just slightly cracked."
Maybe the
And he
little
was
guy.
like, "I didn't go in there."
Maybe the little guy just wanted the door open, like he didn't want to feel so separated from everybody. So he got out,
That's what I'm
went over there and
saying.
opened the door. Was like, "Hey, don't make me open this door again. I don't want to feel disconnected." I don't
Right?
know,
At
that
first, he
shit's
told. He's like,
weird.
"Man, you told me I wasn't going to do it. I showed you. Now look at me. I'm definitely here now. You better see me."
Oh man, yeah, you
I
guys
was
got some.
purely freaked out.
I believe your story's more than the fucking cat. I think the cat was real. I think the cat wasn't a ghost.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you got too stoned or something.
Yeah, it's just a cat. So he's like, Roach Bean's all, what do you think about my story? It's just a cat. That's it. Nothing
Right?
else.
It's just
And-
that.
Now, you definitely had some creepy stuff going on. And the,
Right.
the ghost apparently had to leave the one room, go to the other room, turn on the device, and go back in the other room and just didn't shut the door. Yeah, you probably wore that ghost out going back and forth those rooms 3 or 4 times. I don't know what you guys are doing. Leave the door
Something.
open and leave the device on. That's what the ghost was trying to tell you. That was your message for the night.
I guess he wanted to take a nap and wanted that sound
guess.
machine on.
You just weren't listening.
I guess not. But
Well-
yeah, that was
well-
the first time something like that had happened, and it freaked me out, especially when I said, "Watch, it won't even do it again. Look," and then it did it.
Never
It was
dare.
like, "Ha bitch."
Don't ever dare a ghost. Never dare a ghost. He'll do it. He's like, I dare you. Do it again. Okay.
Never again. That's
Listen,
for sure.
I'm going to go. Thank you for letting us talk to you guys tonight. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Let's for playing along and
definitely.
letting us give you a phone call. You guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Thank you guys.
All right. Well,
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's
bye
good
bye,
talking
dear.
to you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, I believe her. She has a very believable voice and an interesting story. Roach Bean, not so much. No. He gets all the way done. The entire audience on every platform is going, dude, it's just a cat. That's all it was, is a cat. What's wrong with you? And Roach Bean says, no, it's not just a cat. Yeah, it was just a cat. Quit being jerking around like that. All right. So, fake Gen X mom, that's you. Is there anything in the sheets or in the cellar dwellers we got to cover before we call it a night?
Let me go check.
What have you been doing? Why do you got to go check? You already should have that up.
I am not. We've been over this. I am not the trained broadcast professional. I'm the fill-in. I'm number 2.
Okay. Well, take your time as you scroll around until you get to where you're going.
There is a
I'm going to need full words here. You can't just stop and go, there is a...
There was a message and it's gone now. So
Great. Ah. So somehow you set our sheets to disappearing messages. Good. That's great. Now we're reading things off Snapchat. Wonderful. Couldn't be a better program. Oh, for God's sakes. This is what happens when you hire the handicap. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth the price break. It's not worth the tax deduction you get, because then if you got something you want done right, you goddamn well got to do it yourself, I tell you. All right. So nothing else from your cellar dwellers?
nothing else.
Nothing else in
Everybody
the
is
sheets? Nothing in the notes?
Saying thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Roach Bean. Great stories.
Don't thank them. You can thank her. You do not have permission to thank them. Roach Bean and his real cat.
You don't control me. I can say what I want.
Yeah, obviously. You can say what you want and do what you want, as this show has proven out. All right, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for playing along with us tonight and having a good time with the stories. If you have any questions, don't ask me, because I'm off the clock now. Thank you guys for listening in. Thank you guys for chiming in around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you're listening in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in this life. Number 1, wherever you go, there you are. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby. I gots to go.